So when you get out on the trail, you get all your stuff out and you put all your gear on. And these are hand-up gloves. And this is a Trek Bontrager helmet. And you put all your stuff on and make sure it fits. Nice and good. A little adjusting. Okay. And then you get your bike out of your truck or car. And make sure everything's working tight and your brakes and everything. And your gears, make sure your gears work because you don't want those to break on the trail. Adjust your seat height or your saddle height if you are taller or shorter, if you're new, because you don't want it to be too short and you don't want it to be too tall because it hurts if you don't land right. I'm just going to explain the shifting on this real quick. Over here on my left side is my front drive. I have 3 gears on my front drive right now. My thumb paddle goes up and my rear paddle back here goes downshift. The higher the number, or the higher the gear, or the lower the gear. The higher, it's harder to pedal, and the lower makes it easier to pedal. On my rear drive here, I have 8 gears on my rear drive, and my thumb shifter makes it go up or down, and my rear one paddle here goes up. Just find a comfortable gear for you, and when you're just looking for gears, just kind of play around with it. Don't dry shift like I did earlier. That's not very good on your gear shifting. It can wear it out. And to adjust your saddle height, you want your leg to be almost fully extended with just a little bit of slight bend at the bottom of your stroke. Like, get rolling so you can adjust that. My knee was a little bent, and so I should probably go a little higher. I've got a dust mark from where it's usually sitting, so I know about how high to go. About right there, just like that. So what you want to do is you want to find the right gears to use for your conditions. Out here, I usually, for me, comfortably, is second chain gear and 5th in the back, or 4th on climbing. But what you want to do is, when you're pedaling, you want to have some resistance. If it's not somewhat hard and you're not gaining speed, then that's not good. You should probably upshift some. So now that we got all that figured out, we're going to shoot off in the woods and go hit the jumps and berms and shred. This is a banked corner, and what you want to do on a banked turn or almost any turn is make sure your pedals are level, because if not, you could hit the ground and pedal strike, throw your back end out, and fall over. I've done that before. But what you want to do is you want to really get into a nice lean, and when you're leaning, it helps you kind of get around the corner more, because if you turn your tire too sharp on something like this, it can slide out, or it can catch and throw you over, and none of that feels good. So when you're heading into a nice double or gap, or whatever you want to call it like this, one thing to keep important is if you're going downhill and you're wanting to go a lot faster, make sure your gears are set for that, or else you will not make it because you won't have enough speed. And one thing you want to do is make sure your pedals are flat so you can stand even and get in a nice stance, if I can do that. Just get in a nice little stance and your knees bent and butt back. And when you go into the initial jump, so about front tire at the lip, you want to pop your arms back, your shoulders back, and just pull your body back, which will initially pull the front end up, and then you want to get up in the air, and your front end will be up, and your back tire will come off, and you want to level it out. And while you're flying, just kind of keep your eye on where you want to land, and just keep a lot of confidence so that you don't case it or hit your front tire or something. Just kind of keep yourself level and just make it over and look where you want to land. this is a really fun feature out here. But one thing that is, if you're new or beginning riders, or I mean even if up to experienced riders, if you've never done something like this drop here, what you want to do is it's okay to get off your bike and like scout it out, make sure look at what's bottom and all kinds of stuff. And if you are new and beginning and you just really don't feel comfortable doing that yet, you can always do the ride arounds. Almost every trail should have a ride around, something like that. And I'll ride that once I'm done talking here. And then it's okay to scout it out, but it's unlike a jump. One thing you want to do on going into a drop is just keep your body stanced and don't pull up, because if you do that, your nose could drop quicker than you want it to. And I have been over the bars here before and it's not comfortable. So just don't pull up too hard, because you don't want to nose dive too hard. This right here is the ride around. So that's the basics to mountain bike riding. Be sure you all have some drink. I have a drink in there to stay hydrated. But that's the basics into it. And if you would like any more information, you can always talk to me or go to a local bike shop, CycleWorks, Kit Bicycle Fitness, a bunch of other places. If you want more in-depth information about the local trail and the local trail building, you can go to mtbcoalition.org, which is a website explaining what we're trying to do in the area. And we are a non-profit organization just trying to expand mountain biking, because it is very fun and very active, and it's a fun sport to do.